We're going to break down some undrafted free agents here in just a moment now that the NFL draft is over. But Chiefs fans, we're getting closer, 600 subscribers away on the dot from 30,000 subscribers. I want to hit this milestone, by the end of the day as possible, but at least very, very soon. Help a brother out, subscribe. Daily videos here on the Chiefs Report. We'll also be live tomorrow, 5 o'clock Central. We're going to go live a little bit later, so join us for that. YouTube.com/ChiefsTV. Subscribe, and let's get into today's show. I'm your host, Harrison Graham. Welcome in. Today's show presented by Manscaped. They've covered and sponsored all of our draft coverage here at the Chiefs Report and at Chat Sports. We appreciate them. If you want the best men's grooming products on the planet, head over to manscaped.com/chat. That /chat is going to get you 20% off plus free shipping. Tons of cool products to check out for you males out there to stay nice and tidy. Manscaped.com/chat. All right, Chiefs UDFA tracker. Let's go ahead and get into it here. 8 guys in total, so we'll try to spend a little bit of time on each player here. Dustin Krum, the quarterback from Kent State for the second straight year. Kansas City signing an undrafted free agent, Shane Buechele, last year, who I would argue worked out pretty well. Ended up on the 53-man roster late in the year. Crum this year, who's a decent runner, pretty good thrower too, 64%, over 3,200 yards, 20 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions for the Golden Flashes last year. He was getting, some buzz to maybe sneak into round 7, but that did not end up happening. 6'1", 210. Maybe he comes in, competes with Shane Buechele, although I do like Buechele quite a bit. I think he's got potential backup quarterback upside. I don't know if Crum has quite that. I think remember the Chiefs also brought back Jordan Ta'amu as well. So some competition on the back end of that quarterback depth chart. Saw a tweet of, hey, competition for Patrick Mahomes. I appreciate the satire here on a Sunday morning. Jerrion Ealy, the running back out of Ole Miss. He is next up here. A little undersized, 5'8", 190 pounds. Did have a decent year for the Rebels a year ago. 133 carries, 768 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Rotation type of back, and catch the ball fairly well. Chiefs a little light at that position, so not surprised that they brought one in the undrafted free agency period. Who was your favorite Chiefs draft pick? I thought Brett Veach had a hell of a draft haul this year. Did a great job. Obviously, Trent McDuffie was the prized pick by trading up to go and get him, but I like Karlaftis. I like Sky Moore as well. But if you had to pick one guy, who was your favorite Chiefs draft pick this year? Another back, Tayon Fleet Davis, the running back out of Maryland, as Kansas City brings in a couple of backs as undrafted free agents. He has more size, more of a bruiser, over 6 foot, 213 pounds, had 8 touchdowns on 721 yards rushing a year ago. So Ealy, Fleet Davis, maybe one of those guys scrapes out a roster spot, or maybe one of those guys gets to stay on the practice squad. Trevor Begue, the wide receiver out of Incarnate Ward, as Kansas City typically is pretty active on the UDFA wide receiver market. I remember one year they brought like 5 or 6 guys in. 5'10", 188 pounds, was off the draft radar, at least on the studying I did. So small school, obviously, in Incarnate Ward down there in the state of Texas. So we'll see if he can show something at OTAs and on into the remainder of the offseason program. Shout out Manscaped for sponsoring today's show. You can get the awesome Lawnmower 4.0. It comes in this nice box. It's a great product to keep things nice and clean downstairs. You don't want to, get to the end of a hot date and it's just a mess down below. No one wants that. Get the Lawnmower 4.0. I hated shaving down there before as well, but you know what? I found Manscaped, and they use advanced skincare technology that eliminates razor cuts, burn, all of that good stuff. And this particular product is awesome because it's got a wireless charging station. Battery life lasts forever. It's waterproof. You can use it in the shower. It's got 4 adjustable guards, so if you want to leave a little bit of hair downstairs as well, you can do that. Manscaped.com/chat. 20% off plus free shipping. 4 more guys here. Gene Pryor, the offensive lineman out of Hawaii, coming on board for the Kansas City Chiefs as well. Quay Brown, the safety out of Southern Illinois. We'll kind of mention all these guys and then go one by one. Jack Cochrane, the linebacker out of South Dakota. Then Mike Rose out of Iowa State, who was getting some draft buzz. He signs with Kansas City as a UDFA. But we'll circle back to Gene Pryor, a little undersized at 6'2", about 300 pounds, especially as a guard. You would like to have a little bit more size there, but we'll see what he has, what he can bring to the table out of Visalia, California, as Kansas City adds one offensive lineman as an undrafted free agent. Quay Brown out of Southern Illinois, 5'10", 204 pounds, pretty good tackler. Was watching a few clips on him as well. Not the best athlete, so he'll have to make up for that in other areas. Now, name an undrafted free agent that you think could make the Chiefs 53-man roster. Is there one this year? Let me know what you guys think. Maybe one of those running backs has a chance. I don't think Dustin Krum's going to make this team, but you never know. But if you're signing on with Kansas City as a UDFA, a little bit of a tougher path to the active roster. Jack Cochrane, the linebacker out of South Dakota. I like the size and frame here, 6'3", 236, decent mover as well. Maybe he could have a chance to make the roster. Mike Rose probably has the best chance, 6'4", 245 pounds. He's built like a linebacker. 73 tackles, did have 3 sacks, so he has some pass rushing ability as well. Like I mentioned, thought he might sneak it around 6 or around 7, but he did not. If there's one guy that could make this Chiefs 53, man, it's probably Mike Rose out of Iowa State. Who's a free agent that you want the Chiefs to sign now that the draft is over? And I don't mean undrafted free agents. I'm talking about like veterans who remain unsigned, like Tyron Matthew. Not that they're going to bring him back, but those type of players. Who is one guy you'd like to see them add? Maybe another receiver. Would you take a chance on a Julio Jones? Jarvis Landry still out there? Let us know. Who would you like to see the Chiefs bring in? 3 more camp invites. Brandon Barlow, the edge out of Boston College. Kendrick Price, the wide receiver out of Northwestern State. And then Devin Darrington, another running back there out of Virginia. So Brett Veach trying to take a look at a few backs as they've only got a few on their roster as of now. So we'll see if any of these guys can show something. But as always, a couple of things are true with undrafted free agents. 1, very few, if any, are going to make it in the NFL. But 2, it's an opportunity of a lifetime, right? These guys, spent their whole lives trying to get to this point. So, opportunity creates diamonds sometimes. We'll see if any of these guys can show something. There certainly is a record of undrafted free agents having good NFL careers. We'll see if they add any more, if they make any more major signings, news, or rumors. We'll have you covered, as always, here on the Chiefs Report, youtube.com/ChiefsTV. Live show tomorrow at 5 Central, 6 Eastern. Join us then for some live Q&A, plus more storylines around the Kansas City Chiefs.